Hi everyone, Max from Independent Lifestyles here. I am just doing an introductory session to our workout videos. I'm going to show some basic body weight movements that we will be using a lot in the coming weeks and months in these videos, and just kind of show you guys proper form, how to utilize these movements for the greatest gains that you can get. So something to keep in mind with these videos is that you should do the movements and exercises to the degree that it is possible for you to do. We always urge you guys not to go too fast or to strain yourself if you have not exercised in a while.
All right, everyone. So, best practice when you're exercising is to get some type of workout apparel on. I mean, whether that be sweatpants or shorts, gym shorts, something like that. You don't want to be stinking up your jeans and stuff and your good clothes, right? So, as you can see, I'm in the office, but I switched over to workout apparel for this, just for you guys. So mobility is pretty simple. We're just kind of loosening up and priming our muscles for exercise. We're not going to do any static stretching. Static stretching is typically what we reserve for after our workout. There's several reasons why we do that, but you get the most out of dynamic stretching, which is utilizing movements that you will actually use during your workout to get those muscles primed and get them stimulated and get them in the zone for the actual body weight movements that we're going to be doing. Dynamic stretches will be some upper body stuff, and then we'll go to some lower body stuff, and then we're going to do some core stretches just to get our thoracic and midsection and upper back and chest kind of stretched out and primed and ready for the workout. So we're going to start out with some arm windmills. So that's just going like this, getting them nice and loose. We're going forward. I usually go about 10 reps each side. And we're going to go both arms at the same time. And this is also helping out our upper back stretch and our chest, as well as our shoulders. And then we're going to go backwards as well. Nice big loops. Go with our lower back kind of back and forth there. So then we're going to go with some swing ins like this. Again, chest and getting our front and rear delts engaged and just kind of loosened up and get some blood flowing to them. Then we're going to go arms up over our head like this. There's a static stretch that you can do for this as well, but this is again loosening up our elbows, loosening up our shoulders, getting those traps and everything engaged. Some neck rolls as well. Okay. So then we're going to do our lower body. Our upper body is pretty well and stretched out. It's getting loose. There's blood moving. We're going to do our lower body now. So we're going to do some high steps. Knees, you can start out lower. And then as you kind of feel those muscles loosening up and your hip and your other joints move, and those are loosening up too, you can go higher and higher. So again, you can start low and then slowly go up as you move through the movement. And again, about 10 times each, get them nice and mobile. So then we're going to do some kicks. Again, this is a hip movement, as well as our hamstrings and our glutes are getting some nice movement in this as well. You can point your toe. That's going to contract your calf. I wouldn't point my toe. I would keep it as a nice neutral position like you're standing. So, up there. So like that. And then the same thing the other side. And again, you can start low and go higher. You can also use something for support if you don't have the greatest balance. And then we're gonna, again, support here. I exclusively use support for this, but we're gonna do some leg swings, in and out. Both sides. Okay. And then we're gonna do some butt kicks. This is getting our quads loosened up, getting some blood flowing to them. And again, you can use something for support if you don't feel comfortable. 2 more lower body things. So we're gonna go side to side,
And this is more of a static stretch, but it's really stretching out the insides of our legs and our groin area. And if you can go low, go low. But just try to get those muscles engaged. Okay. And our last one, it's gonna be a sort of Romanian deadlift stretch. So it's gonna stretch out our hamstrings and our glutes the most, but it's also gonna allow us to loosen up our lower lumbar region. So for this stretch, we are going to engage our glutes, which is our butt, and our hamstrings. So to do that, we're gonna slightly bend at the knees a little bit, but we're going to engage those, feel our whole posterior chain engage, and just go nice and slow down to touch our toes, or as low as you can go. If you can go lower, that's great, but this is really kind of getting our back region engaged and stretched out. So again, nice and low. You can hold it if you want. I prefer to do it like this, touch and go, but nice and slow. So we're getting those muscles engaged and activated. All right, so now we're gonna go through our basic bodyweight movements that we will be utilizing throughout this series. And I'm just gonna go over some form tips for you guys to kind of help you out, try to avoid injuries, and get the most benefits that you can from these movements. The thing with bodyweight movements, they limit the amount of muscle gains that you can make, but they really help with mobility and overall body control. So the first initial thing that I'm going to show you guys is push-up position. We'll be using a lot of push-ups if you're able to. I'm going to go through the basic push-up position and then some variations that you can do if you're not able to do a standard push-up, or if you are extra strong and you want to step up your push-up game. We'll go over that as well. All right, so a good way to get loosened up for a push-up and get your body ready for this is to go up against a wall. And I'm going to lean out a little bit, but I'm going to put my hands up against the wall. My feet are going to be flat on the ground. Again, I'm leaning out a little bit, and I'm just going to go like this, up against the wall, and push myself out. Up against the wall, push myself out. This is a great variation to do if you can't do a full body weight push-up. It's also a good primer. I mean, when you're lifting heavy weights, you tend to do some warm-up sets. This would be a warm-up set. So out, push myself up, out, push myself up. All right, now for our standard body weight push-up. I am going to place my hands at about even with my shoulders. Middle of my hand will be even with my shoulders. I'm going to hold myself up in a plank position, rigid body. I'll show you guys a side view with this. But as I go down, I'm going to keep my elbows tucked in. They're not going to flare out like this. This is not what you want to do. Keep them tucked in and push up to the balls of my hands, which is your wrist area, palms. So down, push yourself up. Down, push yourself up. Feet are staying together. Core is engaged the entire time. I'll show you guys a side view as well. Okay, side view push-up. Body should be in a straight line. You don't want to be up like this or down like this. Body in a straight line, core engaged, elbows tucked, down, pushing myself up, down, pushing myself up. I'll do 3 standard good form push-ups and then 3 not so good form push-ups just to show you guys. So bad form first, body's up like this. You gotta kind of hump back going. And I'm going down and push myself up. My elbows are flaring out. You don't want any of that. Bad form, don't do that. All right, good form. Body's in a line, core's engaged, elbows are staying tucked in. I'm going down and then pushing myself up. Okay, so last movement is our body weight squats that I'm going to show you guys. This is a lower body exercise. Helps that we primed our lower body so it's ready to be engaged and be active. So I'm going to show you guys some form tips And then again, 3 bad ways to do it, 3 of the right way to do it. So when we're squatting, we are keeping our knees behind our toes, okay? If your knees come out in front of your toes, that's bad form. You're gonna have some irritation in your Achilles area and your calves. Our feet should be shoulder width apart. If not shoulder, then wider. You can go narrow squats, but then we run into some knee issues that I'll discuss later. So feet shoulder width apart, toes pointed slightly outward, not inward. Again, knee issues. Toes pointed slightly outward. We can keep our hands up and engaged, and then we're gonna go down. Our butt should be below our knees about. You always want your thighs to be at least parallel, if not below parallel to the ground. So notice how my knees are staying outside of my toes. If they go in like this when I'm going up, puts a lot of stress on your tendons and your joint in your knee. So keep your leg stance wide, keep your knees slightly outside of your middle of your feet, and then we're going to drive up through the balls of our feet, which is the mid to back region. So we're going to go down and drive up through the middle or heels of our feet. So down, up, okay? Staying engaged with our core the whole time. Take a deep breath, brace your core, keep that tight, and up. From the side, down, then up. Notice how my back is staying strong, it's staying upright. I'm not coming forward like this. This is a bad way to get a lower back issue once you start adding additional weight. So down, then up, down, then up. So we're gonna go over the 3 bad form reps first, okay? Bad form number 1, my knees are coming in and I'm driving up. Again, a lot of stress. Knees in, driving up, or I'm coming forward too much and I'm leaning out over my knees like this and I'm bent over. So bad form, knees are in, body coming over my knees. Good form. Back in a strong neutral position, feet are wide apart, my knees are outside of the middle of my feet. And I'm driving up. Again, down, braking parallel, driving up. Down, driving up. Front view of good form again. All right, so we've gone over our basic body weight movements. I showed you guys some form tips, proper ways to do it, some mobility advice, and a routine to establish flexibility. Moving forward, we will be doing regular workouts once a week where I will show you guys more advanced movements, some auxiliary work, some isolation exercise for certain muscles, and we will go from there. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Make sure to like our YouTube page, and thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day.